Today we're uncovering Emma Johnston's hidden world. We'll tell you the story of a secret romance, a quiet wedding, and a private night in a small apartment that led to the biggest surprise of all. And yes, we'll finally confirm the news that the Johnston family has worked hard to keep quiet. Emma Johnston is pregnant and about to start her own family. Stay with us as we go step by step through this story. Hello everyone, your top source for what's really going on behind the scenes. Before we get into this amazing story, please hit that subscribe button. Now let's get started. Our story begins with small signs, tiny details that didn't seem important at the time, but together tell a shocking truth. For months, fans of Seven Little Johnstons have been asking the same question. What's going on with Emma? The rumor started about 9 months ago. On the surface, everything looked normal. Emma was still running her online shop, Emma's Rings and Things, and appearing on the show with her siblings. But careful viewers noticed a change. The bubbly, sometimes quiet girl they knew seemed distracted. Let's look at the clues. Emma used to post a lot online, but she started posting less. When she did post, the photos had changed. Full body pictures were gone. Instead, we saw close-ups of her face, pictures of her jewelry, or photos where she was hiding behind tables, holding big bags, or wearing extra baggy clothes. At first, fans thought it was just a new fashion trend. Maybe she liked the comfy style. But look closer. About 6 months ago, she posted a selfie in her car. Some fans noticed something in the reflection of her sunglasses. It was hard to see, but clearly a man's head was in the passenger seat. The post was deleted within an hour, but not before fans took screenshots. People started asking, who was this man? A friend? A cousin? Or someone more? Then there was her behavior on the show. Let's go back to the episode where the family was planning their summer vacation. They were all sitting in the living room. Trent suggested a camping trip. Amber wanted a history tour. But Emma? She said nothing. She looked bored, like she wasn't even there. At the time, it looked like normal teenage disinterest. But now we know the truth. Her mind wasn't on family plans. It was on her secret life. A source close to the family, who asked to stay anonymous, shared that while filming that exact scene, Emma was secretly texting someone under the table. That person was her hidden partner. Now we come to the most important person in this whole story. The man who won Emma's heart and stayed hidden from the public until now. His name is Lucas. So who is Lucas? And how did they keep a whole relationship hidden from a reality TV show? Our investigation found that Lucas is not famous. He's a 24-year-old graphic designer from Ohio. Like Emma, he is also a little person. They didn't meet in person or through a dating app. Instead, they met through a private, invitation-only social network for members of the Little People of America community. It was meant to be a quiet space for support and connection away from the spotlight. For Emma, who had grown up on TV, it was a safe place to be herself. Emma and Lucas started as friends. They talked about life, about the challenges they both faced, and about their love for creativity, his in graphic design, hers in jewelry making. The friendship quickly became something more. They started talking every night, having long video calls, sharing dreams and secrets. Lucas, the source said, loved Emma's quiet strength and creative mind. And Emma, for the first time, felt like someone saw her for who she truly was, not just the girl from Seven Little Johnstons. She was in love. Keeping this relationship a secret wasn't easy. The Johnston home is busy, and with cameras around, privacy is rare. But they found a way. They were very careful. Their first in-person meeting was planned perfectly. Emma told her parents she was going to a weekend jewelry making class 2 states away. The class was real, but it was also a cover story. She went the first day to keep the story true, but then spent the rest of the weekend with Lucas, who had driven to meet her. According to our source, it was magical. Their online bond was even stronger in person. From that weekend on, they were inseparable. So why keep it secret from Trent and Amber? Our source says it was Emma's decision. She had seen how her siblings were treated when their relationships became public, how every detail was discussed online, how people judged them. She didn't want that. This relationship was hers, and she wanted to protect it. They stayed in a long-distance relationship for over a year. They used private apps, secret codes, and met in person whenever they could. Sometimes Lucas drove for hours just to see her for a few minutes when filming was done. It was like something from a romance movie. But secrets are heavy, and theirs was about to get even bigger. Emma and Lucas didn't want to stay long distance forever. They were in love, and they wanted to build a life together. So they made a big decision, one that, again, they kept completely private. About 7 months ago, they took a secret trip to a small town in North Carolina. There, Emma Johnston and Lucas got married. That's right, a secret wedding. There was no big ceremony, no white dress, no guests. Just the two of them and a justice of the peace. They exchanged simple vows and promised each other forever. Away from the cameras and the public eye, Emma Johnston became Emma Miller. No one in her family or the show knew. Emma went back to her normal life. She still lived at home. She kept filming, but now she had a husband. Lucas moved to the Atlanta area for work, to be closer to her. He got his own place, but they were finally closing the distance. They were preparing for the day when they wouldn't have to hide anymore. Living this double life was hard. By day, she was the single daughter on the show. By night, she was a wife, sneaking off to be with her husband. Then came the moment that changed everything, the secret room date. 3 months ago, Emma did something surprising. She used a big part of her jewelry business money to rent a small one-bedroom apartment about 40 minutes from her family's home. She told Trent and Amber it was a studio space for her business, a quiet place to work on her designs and store inventory. It made sense. She was an entrepreneur, and they supported the idea. But the truth was different. That apartment wasn't a studio. It was her and Lucas's first home together. A place where they could be themselves, just husband and wife without hiding. Our source told us about one special night in that apartment, a night they called their room date. It was a romantic evening they planned to talk about their future. But this night was different. It wasn't just about dreams. It was about something real, something that was already happening. Because that night, they were preparing for the biggest change yet. Emma was pregnant. And that's the final piece of this story. Emma Johnston, now Emma Miller, is expecting her first child. And for the first time in her life, this chapter is hers and hers. Alone. The air smelled like vanilla candles. Soft indie music played from a small Bluetooth speaker on the kitchen counter. Lucas came in after work, holding a single rose. Emma opened the door and welcomed him. For a moment, they were just a young married couple shutting out the world. They cooked dinner together, a simple pasta dish. They laughed and talked. Their conversation was easy and familiar. But under the surface, there was a sense that something big was coming. They both had something on their minds. After dinner, they sat on their small couch, the one they had picked out together. Lucas held her hands. Our source shared their conversation almost word for word. Emma said, "This is my favorite place on earth because it's where I get to be with you." Lucas replied, "I was just thinking it's a little small, especially for what's next." Emma got quiet. She looked down at their hands, then gently moved one of her hands to rest on her lower stomach. It was a quick gesture, but it meant everything. Lucas asked, "Emma, are you scared?" She said nothing. Lucas continued, "Scared? No, not if I'm with you." "A little terrified?" "Absolutely." He gave a small laugh, trying to lighten the mood. "Everything is going to change. For us, for your family. The secret? We can't keep it for much longer." Emma nodded. "I know. It's getting harder to hide." Saying harder to hide was an understatement. Because the reason they were having this special night, the reason they had planned this quiet evening together, was this. Emma was pregnant. At that time, she was about 12 weeks along. Their secret love had now created an even bigger secret. A baby was on the way. The baggy clothes, the tiredness she blamed on her busy schedule, the stomach bugs she mentioned to her mom, all of it suddenly made sense. Emma Johnston was going through the first part of her pregnancy right under her family's nose and on national television. That night, they talked about how and when they would finally tell the world. More importantly, how they would tell Trent and Amber. Emma was scared, not because she thought her parents would be angry, but because she had kept something so big from them. She had gotten married and was starting a family, and the two people who meant the most to her didn't know. The guilt, our source said, was eating her up inside. They decided they would tell Trent and Amber in the next few weeks. But life had other plans. In the Johnston house, privacy is rare, and moms can sense when something's going on. Amber Johnston is no different. She had been getting more and more worried about Emma. She saw her daughter was always tired. She noticed Emma wasn't eating her favorite foods. Amber had been pregnant 5 times, she knew the signs. But she couldn't figure it out. How could this be happening? Emma was single and living at home. The breaking point came one afternoon when Amber decided to surprise Emma with lunch. She went to visit her studio apartment. She had a spare key Emma gave her, so she let herself in. But she didn't see jewelry, tools, or supplies. Instead, she saw a cozy space that looked like a real home. There were men's clothes hanging in the closet, a shaving kit on the bathroom sink. On the bedside table was a framed photo turned face down. Amber's heart was pounding. She picked up the frame and turned it over. It was a picture of Emma and a young man she had never seen before. They were smiling, happy, and both wore simple gold wedding bands. The secret was out. Our source says the scene that followed was emotional. Amber didn't get angry. Her motherly instincts kicked in. She sat down and waited for Emma to come home. When Emma walked in and saw her mom sitting there holding the photo, her face turned pale. She knew everything had come out. The whole secret, over a year long, was finally revealed. She told her mom about the online romance, the secret meetups, the courthouse wedding. And through tears, Emma said the biggest news of all. "Mom, I'm pregnant." Amber's reaction, according to our source, was shock, hurt, and most of all, love. She was hurt that Emma felt she couldn't tell her. But she understood why Emma wanted to keep it private. Most of all, Amber was a mom about to become a grandmother. She hugged her daughter, and they cried together for a long time. All the fear Emma had been carrying for so long melted away in that moment. Telling Trent was the next challenge. He's a protective father, and the secrecy was hard for him to accept. He felt blindsided. The idea that his daughter had gotten married without him knowing was tough to take in. There was a private family meeting. Just Trent, Amber, Emma, and Lucas. For the first time, Emma introduced Lucas to her parents, not as a boyfriend, but as her husband. It was a hard conversation, filled with emotion. But as Trent listened, as he heard their story, and as he saw how much they loved each other, he started to soften. When he realized a grandchild was on the way, his protective instincts turned into love and support. The Johnstons are a close family, and no secret, no matter how big, was going to break them apart. They chose to support Emma and Lucas fully. So where are we now? At the time of this recording, Emma Johnston is about 34 weeks pregnant. She's due to give birth in late summer. The family and the show's producers have been working hard behind the scenes to figure out how to handle this major life event. For the past few months, the secret has been kept carefully. Emma has mostly stayed off social media, only posting old photos or business updates. The family has protected her, giving her the space and privacy she needs as she gets ready for motherhood. There are still a lot of questions. Will Lucas appear on the show? He's a private person who never wanted to be in the spotlight. Will he choose to step into the world of reality TV for Emma and their baby? Will Emma's pregnancy and birth be a part of the new season? This is the kind of storyline producers dream about, but it depends on what Emma and Lucas feel comfortable sharing. The show is about to change in a big way. We're going to see Trent and Amber as grandparents. We're going to see Emma as a mom. What we do know is that Emma is healthy and, according to our source, incredibly excited. After months of hiding, she can finally enjoy this new part of her life with her family's full support. She and Lucas have moved into a bigger home. They're setting up the nursery and getting ready to welcome their first child. This is a love story that beat the odds. A young woman who wanted something of her own, away from the cameras, built the life she dreamed of. Emma Johnston, the quiet, creative soul, found love, got married, and is about to become a mom. It's a powerful reminder of her strength and determination. And while this might come as a surprise to fans, it's a beautiful new chapter for a family we've grown to care about. From all of us here at Reality Unveiled, we send our love and congratulations to Emma, Lucas, and the entire Johnston family that we cannot wait to meet the newest and littlest Johnston. What an incredible story. We are still reeling from this revelation. What do you think? Are you shocked by this news? Did you suspect something was going on with Emma all along? Let us know all your thoughts and theories in the comment section below. More update. Emma shows support for Anna, exposes mom. Amber's dirty plans to keep them apart. But why? And Emma and her family talk. Prom after she makes a bold date decision in exclusive sneak peek. 7 Little Jones turned into a Mean Girls convention. I will explain everything. Never miss this video. Before going to the main topic, I would like to say like this video and please subscribe to the channel. Emma shows support for Anna. Exposes mom Amber's dirty plans to keep them apart. But why? Somehow Emma and Anna have managed to keep in contact. There was also a live session when the former exposed her mom Amber to her naughty schemes. Fans have been perplexed by the 7 Little Johnstons' real dynamics for months. Lots of times. On the internet, Anna blasted Amber, but she never implicated Emma and tried to hide her own shortcomings. Several times while on the internet, Emma even made fun of her sister. It has been noted by fans that the sisters have maintained consistent communication despite the numerous family issues. The whole time, Amber has been trying to remain out of the spotlight. Details regarding her dynamics with Anna and the family issues are practically non-existent in her conversations. Was Emma the one who revealed Amber? Just what did she disclose? To what extent is her mother involved in this? The way Emma Johnston acted on social media baffled viewers. She often took to social media in an effort to elicit compassion from viewers by acting out her soaps. In fact, during a live session, the 7 Little Johnstons, actress slandered her sister. According to Emma, Anna has recently ceased acting. Like her sister, she went so far as to state that the second person has had an erratic relationship with her partner. The reality TV star's remarks were so heavily criticized by fans. The public outcry prompted Emma to offer an apology. She felt terrible guilt for her cruel words and actions toward her sister. Fans were taken aback, though, when Anna seemed to support her sister. "I love you and I will always love you. You are my sisters forever," she exclaimed. The audience was astounded by Anna's apparent ease in forgiving her, and her outpouring of affection for Emma. The strange and controversial things that Emma Johnston did on social media really irritated her supporters. Several times she threw shade at Anna and became really rude. The second sister, though, never once grumbled about the first. When the sisters went live on TikTok together, fans were taken aback. When Anna joined Emma on live, Emma asked that viewers not take screenshots. Nonetheless, a Reddit user discussed the most recent development in the sisters' dynamic by sharing the screenshot. What transpired during the session was actually revealed by a number of supporters. One of the viewers wanted to know if it was okay for the siblings to meet. To everyone's surprise, Emma declined and explained that Amber forbids their meeting. Following this, Emma said, "We have to see each other again like the last time," while grinning. According to one fan, the user was curious as to whether or not Anna and Emma were secretly meeting. 7. Many of Little Johnston's viewers were disappointed and saddened by the show. They were very critical of Amber's parenting skills. A lot of people were curious about her reaction when they found out her siblings live together, which revealed her reality. Audiences think Amber is to blame for everything and uses her influence over her family to distance herself from Anna. Anna repeatedly trash-talked her mom and flat-out refused to engage with them during the months. She didn't even bother to wish her a happy Mother's Day or spend the day with her. The reality TV star opted to spend the day with the family of a friend instead. The audience now thinks Emma has grown up and is fighting for her sister and herself. For more details about Amber's toxic personality, make sure to check back with TV season and spoilers. Emma Johnston shares the first man she ever loved. But why? The year Emma Johnston turned 16 is significant because her father Trent has forbidden her from dating until she reaches that age. When the star of Seven, Little Johnstons, and her friend Luca appeared overly interested in each other, she became slightly worried. That was shown to viewers in 2020. You would be mistaken if you assumed that Luca was the first man she had ever loved. Her dad gave his blessing after she posted about it on Instagram this week. When Emma Johnston's admirers tune into TLC next Tuesday for the premiere of the new season, they won't be disappointed. At the same time, Emma's constant stream of social media messages entertains her fans. The well-liked TLC personality opens up about her life and the lives of her loved ones. She recently posted a hilarious video of Trent's yard snake discovery. It was quite unpleasant since it peed on her. She was so embarrassed that her fans couldn't stop laughing. However, the snake posed no threat to her safety. They probably released it later on. Emma Johnston has held a fan vote for her haircut before. The fact that it's participatory makes it very appealing to fans. Just 5 days ago, she celebrated her sister's birthday by posting a few images of the two of them. No, her birthday is still a ways off. When November rolls around, her admirers will undoubtedly see the celebrations she and her adopted brother, Alex, throw. She then went on to describe her first love. Additionally, Trent appeared in the comment section. Emma Johnston posted a family portrait featuring her sister and dad Trent on Tuesday. She added to my dad to the caption. The reality TV personality continued by praising him for always caring about her sisters and herself. She continued by telling him in a very tender tone, "You will always be the first man I ever loved." Trent and Amber took her in as their own, so he must be feeling incredibly moved. She continued by saying, "The first hand I ever held and my one and only daddy-o." Proceeding, she informed her father that she doesn't always say it, but you are fantastic. Your favorite kid, she mentioned in the final line. Emma Johnston's shout-out was clearly appreciated by Trent. His response was, "I love you, kiddo." The response and the post really touched one TLC fan. "It made me sad. Those girls are so fortunate to have their daddies. They said his departure was about 15 years ago, and I still mourn him terribly. May you be blessed." The untold truth of Seven. Little Johnston star Emma Johnston. Viewers of TLC tend to develop strong feelings for the families featured on the channel. Many families have been a source of joy and sorrow throughout the years. One of the most adored of those families is the one from Seven, Little Johnstons. The show chronicles the Johnston family, Amber, Trent, and their 5 children who all have achondroplasia dwarfism, as reported by ABC News. After adopting 3 children, Alex, Emma, and Jonah, Amber and Trent welcomed 2 more children, Elizabeth and Jonah, into their home. The Johnston family has a youngest member named Emma. Her adoption came when she was 5 years old from China.